Eventually, Ruas was the one to end it. Yeah, Vatira, he's a menace in every game mode. First Killer, likewise. They're the main characters here, just like they were when they met in the San Diego finals for the RLCS Winter Major. This is such an important game for FaZe. If they can get a win against KCorp in threes, the Rocket League scene is going to lose their collective minds.
Well, here we go. In a slightly different format, it is the rematch of the grand finals of the San Diego Winter Major. First Killer will have some ghosts to exorcise. Next to him is a slightly different lineup. And as for KCorp, I mean, this is the team who are always wanting to get back to the very top. They've been pipped recently by opponents who've lost earlier on today, and they'll be sniffing out an opportunity to be considered the best team in the world yet again. But to be that, you have to take out FaZe Clan. You have to do it quickly, and they're still a dangerous team, even with Chrome on the pitch.
Exotic back for his second Gamers8. He was playing for Semper last season. Oh, hold on a second here. We need to talk about how FaZe Clan nearly scored as KCorp triple commit and clear the danger from the near post. But yes, it is a returning Exotic. Itachi and Vatira both playing their first Gamers8 games right now. Yeah, Exotic trying to get out of the group stage this time. Couldn't do it last event.
Itachi puts that one into the center. And this was there. Vatira does shoot at his first Gamers8, wanting to make something from the opportunity as Exotic streams in, the man with the experience, as you mentioned, Johnny Boy. Miss sends it forward, and First Killer is chasing down Vatira, showing him no respect. He almost finds missed. And Chrome has to show that he's still got some mechanics in those old thumbs with the half flip backwards. Just keep up the defending. And here's First Killer into the center.
You cannot be hyping up Chrome's mechanics and then say half flip. You can't be doing.
He nailed it, mate. It was a good one. Oh, should be 1-0 from Vatira. A clean chance, but it goes wide.
Nah, not even close. Chrome would have had it covered, I'm sure. Oh my word. Well, First Killer's just going to check and see if the back corner's still there. Interesting game defensively for FaZe so far. They've actually had some decent chances to close-up look at KCorp's net. Credit to Chrome. He looks like he belongs here. He looks like he's been playing for the entire time since he retired years ago.
I mean, I remember in an interview with Alpha about how when Vitality started this season, they didn't qualify through the through the closed qualifiers, right, to make a regional. And Alpha was saying, once you make it past those bubble teams, it becomes easier. Suddenly a style of Rocket League is played in 3v3 that those at the top have come to expect. FaZe Clan are normally one of those teams that play it the right way, the expected way. But now they've had Chrome brought in, that's going to change, and maybe that might be worth a goal or two, and maybe they can defend for the rest of the game if it comes down to it.
You know, they're still tied 0-0 with almost half the game gone. Tira calling his miss early there. Itachi had it ready and covered. And will this frustrate KCorp? The resistance FaZe are putting up against their usual relentless pressure. There's another chance in the infield pass. Well cut off, nice and early by FaZe Clan.
Nice save yet again from FaZe. They're able to deal with the KCorp attack so far. Vatira would love to change that, but he's met by Chrome. Chrome keeps going. Challenge in the center. A bit boost starved for KCorp. They're a tad low as a team, but Itachi has some. He fakes one out. He carries on going as well. First Killer is a player that he can't quite bypass, and Chrome also takes a bite out the apple and helps his teammate.
Great stuff there from Chrome, just supporting First Killer. Although I'm sure First Killer had that situation completely under control. This is already impressive for FaZe to be putting up this much resistance. And then Vatira gets back into position and pops the ball back in the middle. Huge clear by First Killer. Chrome's downfield. Chrome shot on target, and Chrome has scored!
No way! You can see Furia there, they're laughing. I doubt KCorp will be. Chrome, though, the finish of the century. Vatira, see you later.
Vatira, who's that? Chrome sends it his net. Now FaZe Clan can do what FaZe Clan do best and defend a lead. We are going to see both 2v2 and 1v1 in this match, so I'm absolutely a delighted caster at this moment. KCorp are shocked. They're in shambles. This is not in the script for them. They're the blue wall. They don't want to see any kind of resistance from Chrome.
No blue wall here. I think the crowd and the fans will be against KCorp, rooting for FaZe, cheering them over the finish line, but there's still so much time. Chrome booms it first. Could be Itachi here. It's to the ceiling. Who's underneath it? It's got to be Chrome. It's not Chrome. It's on a gold almost. But Vatira, he's going to get the counter attack. He pushes it in. It's pushed wide by First Killer.
Well, this is just unbelievable. Final minute approaching, and FaZe are standing strong. They're almost up by 2 there. KCorp really don't know how to deal with Chrome. He's just running the show. He's completely demoralized them.
His First Killer in the corner. Chrome's behind him. Itachi's up at First Killer. He's got the quality to get through them. Chrome is waiting underneath. He leaves it for Mist expertly. Here is Chrome on the left side. One more touch into the center is what he wants, but Itachi beats him to it. KCorp lining something up, but it's only as far as First Killer. He gets it under Exotic. There's a pass on for Chrome, but he didn't pass to Chrome.
Yeah, Chrome just waiting for a golden opportunity here. Patience from the veteran. Patience from the coach, who's got command in the middle of the FaZe side of the stage. 25 seconds to go. Vatira trying to get the ball to the middle, but it's defended well by Mist. It's back into the middle of the box, so Exotic scores it. Well-placed shot.
All of FaZe Clan on the same side of the goal, and it was one time too many. Chrome puts it back into the center from Mist clearance. And it was a good read from Exotic as well. KCorp kept calm, remained patient, and eventually got their rewards.
This is still a result for FaZe. Playing KCorp close. And they've got to settle down here. This is a chance for KC. Exotic calling the fake early there. First Killer keeping the ball nice and safe in the corner, but Itachi's dunk is going to have them in a bit of trouble. I think we're headed to overtime though. They know it bounces up. We might have something going on. Into overtime we go.
In a series where FaZe Clan shade the 1v1s and probably the 2v2s, a win in threes would be gigantic for them, but KCorp are trying to ensure that will not happen. They have to score this next goal though. Vatira takes a touch. He's over First Killer almost, but First Killer is doing such a good job staying tall. So is Mist as well. Chrome on the goal line has to be called into action here, but Exotic chooses to pass. Perhaps he should have shot. First Killer to the ceiling. The shot comes in now, and it's just ground away by KCorp. They take the game.
What a relief for KCorp. They had to come back from behind against FaZe, but they did it in a 20-second equalizer. An overtime winner combination. It was Exotic first, Itachi second. KCorp do take game one. But that was close though. Chrome should be happy with his performance there. FaZe should be very happy with their collective performance. Remember, the last time these two teams played, it was KCorp who were victorious when Sypical was playing. And now that Sypical's not on the pitch, it is still close between the two teams.
We can say the same thing we said when FaZe Clan went up against Pioneers. All they have to do is get 1 3v3, and if they win the 2v2 and 1v1, they will take the series. And if you take game 1 to overtime, 20 seconds away from winning it as well, then my goodness, there is the potential for FaZe Clan to topple KCorp here, a team that, for the most part, are new to this format.
Yeah, this is what KCorp wanted, really. Just make sure that they don't lose early, so that they've got their overall game result that they will have talked about. You know, it's important. Let's not underestimate this team. Let's play seriously from the start, which they did. But I'm sure they expected a bit of an easier game than that. I mean, I'm very interested to hear their own thoughts on Chrome's performance. I'm sure that they're very impressed because Chrome looked like he belonged in the lobby. He didn't look out of place at all. And if you ever see situations, I'm sure a lot of you watching have seen content creator tournaments where there's pros, content creators in the same team, and you can
I've been that content creator, Johnny.
You can usually tell, who the content creators are. But yeah, Chrome, he really knows what he's supposed to be doing, and he's playing very well here. Won't have to play here though because First Killer has called out Vatira for a 1v1.
Let's see what Vatira is made from. First Killer has been playing well today, not just an attack but also defending tool. Being a real team player, but right now it has to be all about him, and he has to avoid the edge of the bump at the start. He doesn't, but it goes just over to begin with.
Now Vatira loves to challenge early in 1v1. He doesn't like to give his opponent a lot of space. In fact, he told me himself that he's more afraid to leave the ball than he is to be on zero boost, and that's not a problem he's going to need to worry about right now, as he has the boost advantage and the 1 goal advantage.
Bit of a shrug if anyone was looking at the bottom left of their screen after Vatira did that as well. I think he was surprised that First Killer allowed him to take that touch as cleanly as he did. Also just shaking off any nerves 30 seconds into a 1v1. Even if you're Vatira, even if you've done almost everything there is to do in the game of Rocket League at your young age, and you believe that you're the best, 1v1 is just something a little bit different. And it's of course something that First Killer is used to. One of the most celebrated 1v1ers in the game, but he's passed that one straight to the Frenchman's car, and it's 2-0.
And Vatira, he's still a little bit of an unknown entity in the world of ones. He's pretty new to the game mode, but like I said earlier, he's really taken to it. Like a fish in water. He's such a natural with ball pressure. He doesn't give his opponent any space on the ball, doesn't give them any time to get their plays going. He's completely dominated First Killer from both kickoffs and looking to do it now for the 3rd time.
He gets the boost again, has control of it. What's he going to do against First Killer? Just prodding him for now. Let him get that boost as well. So First Killer does have something to play with. The ball has been camped in his half. Vatira charging down quickly yet again. First Killer falling for it. I'm sure at some point he'll start to read these plays. The car's behind the ball right now. Difficult for First Killer, but with that creative flick, it's 2-1.
The delayed wraparound flick from First Killer. Vatira decided to switch things up in the defense for once and back off in shadow. It does not work. First Killer did not panic. He did not flick early, which is what Vatira was hoping for. He waited until it was too late for Vatira to react. Pinged it in the top corner.
Despite going 2 goals down, First Killer will still be supremely confident against his French opponent, especially if he can get that boost, which he can't. So now Vatira has 100 to play with, but he puts the shot just wide. Takes another boost, though. Working away against First Killer, but sadly for him, the ball's going the wrong direction. It also might be going into his goal. If he's not careful here, Vatira does stand tall enough to keep the save going. And we have a bit of open passage play right now.
Yeah, good dodging on the demos from First Killer, and he sees an opening. That's going to be a tie game. What a spot from First Killer. Vatira had the play under his control here. First Killer realized that he wasn't going for a quick shot. He was looking to take a run up. And as soon as Vatira left the ball for a moment, First Killer takes it and scores with one touch.
First Killer perhaps realizing he was giving his opponent too much time and space on the ball in the first couple of goals and tucking in for the fast rotations himself.
Oh, look at this.
And then he beats Vatira for pace from the kickoff. That should be 3. Oh, Vatira made it close, but it is.
Oh, the awareness from First Killer so on point there. Vatira delayed his kickoff. First Killer spotted that and chipped it over him. The awareness to do that on this, if I believe the first time this game Vatira has tried to trick First Killer like this. First Killer ready for it and actually catches Vatira out of position.
3-2 now for FaZe Clan and for First Killer, trying to get back into this series. They'll be back to 3v3 after this one, where Vatira and Carmine feel a lot more comfortable, but Vatira won't be giving up on this one anytime soon, especially if he can redirect this one, and he can.
Just again, relentless pressure from Vatira, takes the boost. First Killer really committed there. He thought he could flip over to Vatira and get the boost before he could. He was just a little bit mistaken with his calculation there. Collided with Vatira. Vatira ended up grabbing the boost. The goal was just all too easy for the Frenchman.
Vatira, a player that will not mind having all eyes on him in this situation. Always willing to stand up and be counted, but so far I'd say the quality of First Killer is just beginning to show. Yeah,
that was a miss hit there from Vatira, trying to at least hit the ball over First Killer. I mean, his plan there is to get a shot on target. Probably not expecting to score it, but while First Killer's making a save, Vatira would look to even out the boost disadvantage. But yeah, he just didn't hit it hard enough, and First Killer had the easy goal.
Could be another one here from the kickoff. Vatira. Oh, it's an awkward touch towards First Killer, who was waiting for it, but Vatira got just about enough angle. But now we can see what First Killer is like, controlling the boost and controlling the ball, taking it to the ceiling. Does he go for the dish? He doesn't. He fakes it out.
Perfect boost steal.
Let's take a couple of touches. More steals coming in. Vatira, he's got nothing. He's just trying to keep the ball away from the goal for as long as he can, and he gets the flick away.
That's a great play from Vatira. Timing on the flick there is the key. He just wants to get some boost back, and now he's got it. First Killer still 3 boosts in a row. Now, actual ceiling challenge from Vatira. Delays it just a little bit. Brilliant matching of First Killer's approach. That awkward touch from First Killer will even out the play. They've both got 100 boosts to play with. Vatira commits to the air, flip reset, and the goal. Oh, denied.
How?
First Killer perfectly reads it, and now he's got the counter attack. This is what the OG First Killer's been doing for so long. The goal line save and the open net at the other end.
He takes his threes defensive brilliance and he applies it even more in the 1v1 game. Seen for all the world that Vatira had taken the ultimate bonus, not just keeping the ball out down the other end, scoring himself, but First Killer said, nah, got it down to the other end. And a 2-goal difference for the first time in favor of the FaZe Clan man.
Vatira trying to stay active here. Neither player has pretty much any boost to play with. Can Vatira get an aerial pass First Killer? He's going for it again. Low 50 with a bit of a flip to play with. That's enough. First Killer wanted a good 50-50 mid-air. Vatira did not give him one.
A lovely flip reset as well. Just waited, read it perfectly. Knew where First Killer was going, knew where the ball was as well, and was able to just wrap around that ball. 1 minute and 51 seconds left. 5-4. A pretty high-scoring 1v1 game. And Vatira is keeping it as competitive as we would have hoped. And he'll get this boost as well. Real chance for him. What's this angle like? Oh, it's a heavy touch though. And First Killer gratefully is able to come away with the ball.
A reverse challenge and a bump from Vatira, though. Another bump from Vatira. First Killer actually catches the ball at the end of it. Vatira's waiting for the boost steal here. Perfect timing as he got the boost right as it spawned. I don't know if First Killer knows that, because he didn't look like he played against 100 boost Vatira there. Still great recoveries in defense by First Killer.
Here he comes. Vatira, control of the ball. He's been dangerous in these situations. He gets it over First Killer, and he equalizes.
That is a huge play from Vatira. First Killer is ready to dive into a challenge mid-air. Vatira cuts in field, and he just got into position more quickly than First Killer was ready for. Now back to the kickoff, tie game. Vatira tried one sneaky strategy earlier on, has not gone back to it, and this time he just single jump straight through the ball. Boost advantage goes to him.
Well, it's another chance for Vatira, maybe straight from the kickoff. First Killer should get the save, but how are his recoveries? He's picking up boosts. He's actually got 102, but Vatira spins so quickly. As you mentioned, more scared of not having the ball and not having boost. He wants to get around this one, but the lack of boost is eventually going to catch up with him. And First Killer has a chance down the other end. It should. That was perhaps a bit of naivety from Vatira, choosing ball over boost and it backfiring.
Yeah, just underestimates First Killer's acceleration. Great shot from First Killer there. Just enough power to get past Vatira as he recovers, nearly able to get around the ball there, Vatira. He did catch out First Killer with a couple of sneaky challenges before that, though. First Killer needs to pay attention to Vatira, who likes to be as aggressive as he can with his defense. Here he comes off the wall again.
Well, can he cook up this time? Does he go for the flip reset? No, it's just the challenge. First Killer stayed behind it as much as he could. Vatira almost manages to pivot back on target. Vatira has to, relatively speaking, rush things now. 35 seconds left. First he has to defend up against First Killer. He manages that. Step one done. Where's step two? There it is. One touch done. 6-6.
Oh, Vatira in First Killer with a taste of his own medicine there. Goal line save, perfect recovery, and the direct shot across the pitch. What a game we're seeing here. It's FaZe who desperately need the win. They played KCorp close in threes, but a reverse sweep seems out of the question.
Up there with the best 1v1s of Gamers8 so far. 6-6. High scoring, high quality, and high stakes as well. Here could be the seventh. Almost. First Killer, save at the near post. Gets it over the top of Vatira as well. 15 seconds left now. First Killer with what could be the dagger. Tries to get it over the top of Vatira. Vatira has the boost though and the quality to see it away over his own goal.
Yeah, First Killer wanted the boost steal there. Vatira denied it, but he's overextended.
Oh, no way.
Vatira's got a wide open net. He's not going to take his time with it, but he does get it down to 2 seconds. What a mistake by First Killer. He got on the wrong side of the ball, but Vatira had it covered.
Wow. What a situation we have here. 2 seconds away from an upset. The team we expect to take the series, not necessarily the player we expect to take the 1v1, but if he can sink this ball, he's done it. First Killer, though, emerges on the kickoff with the ball, but he's not going to be able to get there after. Vatira, high fives all rounds. His team can't believe it. He puts KCorp 2-0 up.
Well, if they felt relieved after winning the 3v3, Vatira's going to feel incredible after winning the 1v1 against a once legend. First Killer, who's been at the top of the one scene in North America for well over 5 years now, since before he could play RLCS, and Vatira, who's very new to the scene, has just taken him down by 1 goal. That was FaZe's pick of the game mode as well, so they need to win 3 straight. They need to beat KC twice in 3v3 if they're going to advance.
Looking like a long way away now for FaZe Clan. But who knows? Stranger things have happened. They were only the overtime away from winning in game number 1 of the 3v3. They'd be confident in the 2v2. And then it comes to a game 5, which will be 3v3 again. So FaZe Clan fans, not completely over just yet, but it's close.
And I think Vatira has certainly cemented himself as one of the 10 best ones players at this tournament with that win. You know, right now, power ranking is very difficult because ones is so active, but that's a big, big win. And it was from behind a couple of times as well. He had to fight back. First Killer had him on the ropes, and now it's back to 3v3. It's back to Chrome, and FaZe need a win.
Yeah, I mean, First Killer and Miss gonna have to turn to their coach, their captain, their leader, their spiritual guide, their inspiration, their
god.
Anything you want to say, Chrome is who that is for them right now. Sat there in the middle. He, of course, insisted that he would be sat in the middle. His players could turn to him, and he would teach them what to do. It's been a great performance from Chrome so far and from FaZe Clan in general. KCorp so far are seeming like they have a little bit too much for them, but the 3v3 game, Johnny, it feels so much different. Which of their two best players, you know, Vatira or Firstkiller, is going to be first to really slot back into that groove?
Yeah. You know, I did have a chance to talk to FaZe about their seating arrangement. You know, Chrome sitting in the middle is interesting to see. It's usually Firstkiller sitting in the middle. But, you know, simply, Chrome did not want his aura of excellence to be unequally shared between his teammates beside him. You know, if he's sitting at the side, then obviously the player in the middle is closer to him, and they're going to feel that aura a lot more powerfully than the teammate on the other end. So, yeah, it's very fair there, very thoughtful of Chrome to share his own aura. And you know, his fragrance as well. He smells really good. I met him in the lift the other day. You know, really nice smell coming off him. So yeah, I think that's just really going to add something else to FaZe. KCorp, they don't have that same Chrome aura. I mean, how can you? There's only one Chrome.
Breathe it in, FaZe Clan, because this is a life or death situation. They've remained in the upper bracket, but that could be about to change if KCorp can do the expected and take game number 3 in the 3v3. Vatira performed supremely in the ones earlier on against Firstkiller. Let's see how he is in the threes.
Now they have KC settled down here. FaZe had them looking a bit nervous at the start of the last the 3v3 game. You know, now that they've got that one win, and especially after Vatira's got the 1v1 win, they're double committing here. So it's actually extremely excited to attack FaZe Clan. Yeah, now that they've got the 2-0 lead, I think that the nerves will be completely gone, and KCorp will just probably do what KC do.
Exotic pushes that one forward up against Mist. Mist is still trying to keep up the pace for FaZe Clan. Impressively, Chrome loses that challenge. Actually, he wins it because it just falls on the bonnet of Mist. Follow it up again. Mist desperate to get involved in the play as Chrome in front of him. Took the ball away from him. Did he? Itachi saves it at the near post. Firstkiller's turn, and it's over. Firstkiller again. Anyone following up? It's Mist. He's spinning, but it's saved by Vatira.
Yeah, nice play by Vatira there off the inside of the post, just to match the elevation that would have otherwise been difficult to achieve. Firstkiller's got everybody in the near post area for KC here. They are a team, KC, who like to play stacked together and quickly follow up on each other's touches. Firstkiller and FaZe can notice that. They might be able to bait them in with low 50s and try to get KC into a jam.
Mist certainly the player who is deciding to be the big man right now for FaZe Clan. Has to do some defending now. It's flashed across the goal by Exotic. Itachi's turn. End-to-end stuff. One team has loads of chances and the other has their own. With a seesaw match. Exotic picks up some boost. Firstkiller's just waiting behind him. Chrome, does he go up? He does, but not quite speedy enough to get to that one. Shows exactly how fast Exotic was to get it past Chrome. Here's Itachi. Is there a pass into the middle? Does there need to be a pass into the middle? Perhaps not yet. Now it's Vatira. He knocks it down. Exotic's there. Could be 1-0. But again, it's Mist. The leader right now for FaZe Clan.
That's a great challenge from Firstkiller. They actually ran out of boost, so the counter-attack wasn't really there. KCorp also had to retreat to pick up the pads. Another chance for FaZe to get an attack going. Firstkiller just bumped out the way. Great recovery bump there from KCorp. Playing this one out as aggressively as they can. Vatira with a reverse flick over Mist makes it 1-0.
We've seen a lot from Vatira's extensive flick repertoire so far in this series. In the 1v1, there was the reverse flick up against Mist. Capable of generating amazing angles is Vatira when he has the ball under his control, and KCorp do take first blood. And it's looking like they're going to be able to increase their grasp upon the series, especially if Exotic scores the second. Firstkiller's coming in, and Chrome, who else, nips in just in time.
Yeah, ever the selfless player. Chrome sacrifices himself for the greater good, and now he's found Firstkiller at the other end. That's a great shot from Firstkiller. Vatira not only saves it, but passes it off to Itachi. Somebody's got a challenge here. Mist is just not making the move. Chrome sat behind him waiting to see what's going to happen. What's going to happen is more KCorp pressure at Chrome with a drive ahead demo there. Brings Mist into the play again. Great defense from KCorp there. Frustrating FaZe, who have been really stretched thin in this game. There's a big chance though. Chrome almost makes it 1-1.
Oh, it's so much good work from Chrome to get these opportunities. Saved in the corner. Firstkiller knocks it back to the main man, Chrome, but it's saved again by Exotic. How does he keep reading the genius that is Chrome? And coming away with the ball, he still has it. Up against Firstkiller. Itachi's following. This could be it, but Mist saves again.
I mean, the strategy's right there for FaZe. Just get the ball to Chrome. Every time he touches it, KCorp are scrambling to save his shots. They've only got a minute and change in order to get that comeback started. KCorp still reeling from the pressure. Chrome's shots have probably damaged their cards going into the final minute.
Here he is, Chrome up against Vatira. Vatira could 50-50 his way past First Killer, but not Chrome there. And the ball does fall to First Killer. He flip resets his way away from the back wall, gets the demo as well, but he and Mist get in each other's way somewhat. Chrome up against Exotic. Exotic has made so many saves up against Chrome. This time he can only get it as far as Mist. Chased in that direction by Chrome. First Killer has the shot, but he can't quite get around it enough, and Mist can't do the same. So near yet so far for FaZe Clan.
This is really getting desperate now for FaZe. Time's getting away from them. Lower bracket is waiting. Unless Chrome can get something started.
Lovely.
He's shot down by Itachi. Mist able to keep that one under control. Where is the goal that they so desperately need? Chrome baits the double commit perfectly. Where's the counter attack? FaZe have got to get moving.
First Killer is beaten though again by Itachi, who showed a professional performance right now, but it's not done yet. Vatira is straight up. Mist has read it. First Killer is there. Chrome is waiting, demanding the ball. Pass it to me, I'm ready. But they just can't get hold of it. Exotic is backflipping now, and Chrome get it almost past Itachi. A few seconds remaining. FaZe Clan fighting to the very end, but KCorp looking to secure this 3-0. First Killer maybe a little bit more magic in those wheels. Mist maybe the
Chrome.
same. Is there a bump?
Where is he?
Chrome is lingering. He's up. He's pre-jumping. He's doing it all. First Killer has Chrome in front of him, but he can't get it to him. And that's going to be that. KCorp are going to take the 3-0. And it's going to be enough.
Well, what a respectable showing from Chrome and FaZe Clan. 1-goal games, start to finish. KCorp had to struggle. They had to really bring their A game in order to send FaZe into the lower bracket of the group. But that is where FaZe are going to be tomorrow against Limitless in round 1.
FaZe did everything that could have been asked from them, but in all seriousness, with the changed roster, KCorp, it was likely they were always going to have too much, but the man being honoured enough to tap the back of Chrome in the centre there, Vatira. What a performance in the 1v1.
Yeah, it's really, you know, a confirmation there in the 1v1 that Vatira is good enough to help KC win this event, win this trophy. Because that was the question mark. We know that the French teams, they're all good at 2v2, they're all good at 3v3, but can Vatira play at the world-class ones level? Yes, he can.
I think KCorp have just shown potentially with that 1v1 that they are a serious force in this competition. To discuss it, let's go back to Lee.
Well, there it is, KCorp. Well, it's KCorp. Just don't be, you know, this is a team that, again, is still going to be hungry. We talked about it before, coming out of World Championships. They still want a victory on their plate before they end the season off, right?
I mean, I said that they're a team that just really embodies hunger. And what better way to embody hunger than by devouring FaZe Clan?
Yeah, you know, he's sated for a couple of hours, and no doubt will be as hungry as ever tomorrow. But Vatira, excellent in that 1v1 against First Killer.
What a scalp that is to take too.
Absolutely. I mean, that was an. Look, man, it was just KCorp. They were always going to have trouble. That goal from Vatira was sick. You know, he's Vadi Goat for a reason. Whew, come on now.
Yeah, they were great offensively, they were great defensively, their composure throughout was good. I appreciate the FaZe Clan. They also did a great job realistically in the 3v3s. They kept them relatively close. It was a 1-goal game in that first one.